All right, so depending on which order I put the videos or how I recorded them or whatever, you might hear me say a few things more than once. So just deal with it. Oh well, I'm not a professional YouTuber. I just do this on the side to give you guys some dope stuff to look at and to help people out, man. If I can help somebody, then mission accomplished. So this is my personal car. I own this car, my car. It's a 1989 4-cylinder automatic original car, and now it is a Gen 2 2016 Coyote with a F-150 2014 two-wheel drive transmission. It's a 6-speed automatic. So yes, it's an automatic. I've drove many stick cars, and the automatic is honestly the funnest one I have ever drove. It is all original interior, all obviously besides the 2 front seats, but all original paint, original interior. I've never done anything to it. I had my buddy at Supreme Automotive in the Northern California Bay Area. He did a wax on it, clay barn wax, and it came out perfect. But other than that, man, it's never had anything done to the body. It's never been painted. It's never been nothing like that. This little chrome trim, this is stock. I didn't put this on here. It actually had one on the door itself. And this is like the only blemish that the car has. That, and it's got a little scratch on this side. And these are all from the original owner. The car never and has never spent the day outside. It's always been garage kept. I drive it everywhere. It's got about 17,000 miles. I do not drive it in the rain. The car has never seen rainwater. First car I ever swapped. So one thing I will say is my personal cars, I do better work on other people's cars. My personal cars, not to say they get shitty work, but I just never have time for them. I don't get paid to work on my own vehicle. So it is what it is. There's a lot of things that still need to get done and still need to get kind of wrapped up. So that's for the speedometer to work. Because it's got a 6R80, I never even tuck that up and out of the way. I don't have time to. I mean, you could say it just needs to be pushed up and zip tied, whatever, but I'm going to redo all the wiring. So once I redo all the wiring, then everything will be nice and neat, and I'll actually be finished with the car. It's got the automatic shifter, 6R80 out of a 2014 F-150. All the stock gauges work except for the speedometer. So that's the only tack I got right there. I don't like the way that looks. So eventually I'll do something different, but for now it works. It's got about 17,000 miles. These are out of a 11 to 14 Coyote. I do have the originals, but I didn't want to wear out the vinyl or crack it or rip it, whatever, because it does rip pretty easily. The driver's seat actually started to separate here a little bit, so I took them out. Plus these are a lot more comfortable. The interior pretty much stock. The interior is really clean. Body is really clean. Check out them quarter windows. Never been resprayed, nothing. It's got Cook's long tube headers, the older design that they don't make anymore, that used to work with the AJE. The new design does not work with the AJE. It's got 3-inch X-pipe custom all the way. Oh, check out these subframe connectors though. I never painted them, so they just need to be cleaned and painted. 3-inch X-pipe, V-bands as usual into a my mufflers, and a 2.5-inch tailpipe. Tailpipes, I should say. It's got the little battery kill switch here. You can barely see it. And what else? So as far as suspension, AJE tubular K member. It's got a stock Foxbody A-arms. It's got the spring perches on there. It's got SN95 or New Edge spindles. It's got Cobra brakes in the front, 13-inch rotor. Cobra brakes in the back, 11.65 inch rotor, I believe it is. And it's got true forged wheels. These are 17 by like 7 in the front. So I run like a cheap little 215, 55 in the front. It's not a skinny wheel. It's like an inch or 2 inches more than the typical 4-inch skinny wheel, to where I could run a regular size street tire and it doesn't feel all funky, but they're still extremely light. I think they're called Victory Drag. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're like 17 by 6 in the front and a 16 by 10 in the back, which I run a drag radio that is extremely bald, but it is what it is. Like I said, I haven't had time to work on the car. I barely have time to drive it. I keep it at my wonderful cousin's house, who allows me to store it there. Thank you, Fabi and Juan. So yeah, car is dirty as hell, like always. Look at that, man. It's a Gen 2 2016 motor, Hydro Boost out of a 96. No fancy engine bay or nothing. This, I was attempting to kind of put it out. That way it covers up all these holes and stuff. But I don't like the way that looks. It looks like all just kind of jumbled up right there. So I'm going to hide all that, maybe do the engine bay. I don't know. I don't need it. I don't care. I drive it. It's not a show car. Whatever, it is what it is. Fuse box mounted here, RPM tack adapter. AC works. This is the first Coyote swap I did with AC. All of them have it now. Stock radiator from auto parts store. My typical fan, I always use 18 air box. 18 air intake and air box. Just has like a K&N, or I think it's even like a cheap Summit brand filter. That's it. Go through the gears right now. Or you know what? Yeah, let's put it in sport mode, and I'm gonna manually shift the gears. I don't like doing this because I only got one hand on the steering wheel, but just for the purpose of the video, first gear,